Hi, I've owned the Osmo Action Camera now for a good few months and I've put it through its paces, so I believe it's time for me to be able to do a long-term review of my thoughts and findings and if I would buy the Osmo Action Camera again. So keep tuned. So the Osmo Action, my reasons for buying one were quite simple. I had basically 3 different cameras I was using to catch different angles on my motorcycle, and they were all getting quite old. They were like the GoPro Session, etc. So I wanted an all-in-one package that could do everything that I needed it to do. So what I did was I went to a shop, I had a look around and I looked at the GoPro 7 and the Osmo Action, and the big question was at the time, is the Osmo Action the better camera? And in my personal opinion would be, if you already own a GoPro 6 probably and above, don't replace your camera yet, wait for the next one, unless you're desperate to sort of get a front viewing screen, because that's where the Osmo Action wins every single time. It has this front screen that means I know right now, looking at you, I'm in shot and I'm where I want to be. And that's really good. So for me, I do a lot of face-to-face talking, possibly as much as I can during my videos, because I think you interact a lot better. So that function is fantastic. Now, I want to go straight to the operation of the camera itself. So this is the picture, obviously, you've got to put in your mind, is I clip my camera onto a motorcycle using what they call crocodile clip, and it's got like an adjustable camera thing on it that you can bend and move around, so it does all the shake and everything else, but you can move it around. So for functionality, I clip it onto my bike and I ride off, but I wanted a camera I could put the power on, I can hit the record button, I can flip to the front screen or the back screen all one-handed, and I do. I can ride along, I can go dump, power on, whack, record on, flip the screen around, or flip the screen around and then hit record, and then I've got my camera shot. And that is fantastic because I know how close I need to get and how far I need to get away. So this is the other side of things. The wind sort of cancellation is a big deal for me because this camera is going to get battered. Now around 50 miles per hour, I can lean forward and I can talk to the Osmo and it will cancel out the majority of that wind and it will pick up what I'm saying. And again, that's really, really impressive and gets a big thumbs up from me. Anything between 60, 70 miles an hour, it does struggle, but that's understandable. And that's just off of its standard equipment, so that's impressive. And then the next function that was really important to me was obviously the rock steady stabilization. Now, GoPro have their own stabilization footage and it is really good. I'm not saying it's not, but the Osmo Action is rock steady. And I'm pretty sure if you look at a lot of my videos, it really does work because again, it's not on a straight pole in a fixed position. It's on a piece of kit that can move and it does shake around a lot and it cuts out so much. Now there is some sort of downsides to it because it obviously crops it and does what it needs to do built into the footage, and it doesn't always give you that perfect clear camera shot. Sometimes it's slightly out, but then again it's raw on a motorcycle 50, 60, 70 miles an hour filming a person with no protection at all. And it does a really, really good job. That rock steady is fantastic because if you see the camera, it is shaking and it gets rid of most of it. So the rock steady, like the technology they've put into this camera is fantastic. If that's what you want the camera for, then it's worth it. And then the other side of things to do with this camera is to do with being able to have a look back at the footage. So for me, if I pull over, I want to be able to flip back through and go, do you know what, that's really bad, I'm going to delete that. This camera does that. It is literally like your phone on the touchscreen. You just slide it across, you find your video, you press play. Decent enough sound quality to hear if you've got everything you want within your shot. You can see yourself, you can see how good the stabilization is. You can go, I've got that take, I'm keeping that one. Or no, that's no good, I need to remake that, hit the delete button. It is that easy to use. And they're the most important functionalities for me as like a vlogger. It's got 4K, it's 30 frames per second, and that's all I leave it is on the automatic mode for all of my videos. I leave it on that. I've taken quite a few photos with it, and yes, they're high definition, great quality photos. So really impressed with the Osmo Action on that front. Again, back to the big question of all is, would I upgrade if I had a GoPro 7 or even a GoPro 6? Not. I wouldn't upgrade to it, but if I was buying one for the first time, then I'd definitely pick the Osmo Action. It's recommended by me 100%. It's a great piece of kit. But anyway, I'd like to say thank you for watching as always. Take care and we'll see you on our next bike adventure. Bye bye.